grab epitaph. I got the horse right here.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner presented by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads and along with Drew Forster we're going to go through the 7-race Saturday, June 30th program at Hastings Racecourse. Hopefully good conditions for the track. It's currently rated as fast, but hopefully things stay that way. And,
it's a little cloudy right now. I was out at the track this morning. The track looked great this morning. Lots of horses working. It sounded good. Everything looked good. The maintenance yard has done a great job keeping it together this year with the terrible weather we've had. I don't know if it's going to stay dry. They're
for the whole weekend.
Worried about it for the whole weekend, but I know come Sunday, Monday, it's supposed to be okay. Hopefully Monday we get a great day. Should be a big crowd with Mario coming back. As you mentioned, they carded 7 races for today. I know they're trying to save a few and really put a big push forward for the Monday card. Have a great turnout Monday, great card Monday. The 7 they have today are very competitive races.
They're good card. I quite like the card. I had a lot of trouble handicapping it.
It was tough.
There's 8 tomorrow on the July 1st Sunday program, and then we haven't drawn as of taping yet, but for the Monday card, we're hoping for 9. 2 stakes races, the Chris Loseth and the Lieutenant Governors. So it should be a great holiday Monday, but still lots of great action this weekend. Drew, let's get into the action for Saturday.
Right into the action. Fillies and Mares, non-2 lifetime for 4,000, and I've gone to the 4 Tigers Lily. She drops out of the 7,500 non-2, non-3 condition, where she was running into some tougher horses, Scopa, Dream in the Dark, McGuire's Bridge. Now she comes into the straight non-2 category. I think that makes her really tough in here. Amadeo Perez gets back aboard. I think she finds a winner's circle in this one. She's only ran a distance 2 times, win once, so we know she can go this far. The other horse I like in here, the 2-horse, 3-year-old filly, Exotic Light. She's another one that's never ran this far, but she looks like she'll like the distance. Even though she's coming out, she ran against straight 3-year-old fillies last time for 5,000. Which looks like a softer race than it actually was. It ended up being a really tough race.
Salty race.
It was a really salty race for 5,000 3-year-old fillies. There was a few horses in there I think went in there thinking it was going to be a little softer than it turned out to be. Now she goes in against older mares, but the straight non-2 condition seems to be quite a bit easier. So I like her in the 2nd spot. You know she'll be coming late. And in 3rd spot, I have Flames Ablazing. Just got beat a nose for this exact condition last time. Pretty much this exact race. Go in the distance. Same conditions. Ryan Pacheco retains the mount for Jim Brown, who's been heating up lately.
Yeah, I've pretty much been reading your mail here. I like the same 3 horses, 4, 2, and 1. I think Tigress Lily's going to find her way to the front end. I think the 4 and 2, as you mentioned, are the horses. They've been the horses they've been running in the tougher company. They're the ones dropping today. The other ones have maybe been hitting the board, but they've been in easier races.
In this race.
Tigress Lily and Exotic Light have both been running against far superior company. Should enjoy the class relief today. Tigress Lily is the speed of the race, and that's why I think we've both gone to her. Yeah. Put Exotic Light in for 2nd, and Flames Ablazing, who ran a good 2nd last time, for 3rd. But we both agree on Tigress Lily and 4, 2, and 1 in the Saturday opener. On to the 2nd race. We've got some $5,000 fillies and mares that haven't won 2 races in 2012, going a mile and a 16th. I've gone to the 5 Holy Cougar. I'm not too sure if she can go long, but she's only tried it once. That was at Keeneland. I mean, for maiden 40, so it's tough to judge whether she was.
Forgive that. This isn't exactly maiden 40.
This is not Keeneland and that kind of caliber. So, but she did crush a field of non-3s at the 3,000 level. So in 17 and change, we'll see if she can go an extra quarter of a mile. But she will get the front end to herself, and I think she can dictate things. She'll have every chance to win anyway. Yeah. I put the 2 Dream in the Dark in for 2nd. I've been pretty impressed with her form this year. Anytime she's been beaten, it's just been because she's been in some tough races. She was in an open 7,500 last time. The streaking My Bailout won the race, who continues to win races this year.
Olive's another tough mare.
Salty mare, yep. And BC Cat, who's also got some credibility. So the 3 mares that finished in front of her. And she did have trouble that day. And she can go long, so I give her the best chance to defeat. If you don't want to play Holy Cougar, then maybe try Dream in the Dark. And I put the 3 Call Me Jewel, who's a proven distance horse, in for 3rd. I went 5, 2, and 3.
I agree with your top pick. I do have Holy Cougar on top. It's going to be her race to lose, like you say. She should be fit. She ran in April, comes back, then ran again in June. So the distance shouldn't be a problem. And, the question is, how far in front is she going to be the first time by the wire? Fernando's able to rate her down a little bit. She's going to be tough to catch. I disagree with you, though. I put Diva Ballerina in the second spot. She's been really salty at this level. She's won 3 races at the distance. You know, her lifetime stats, it's 8 out of 10 in the money for this distance. So I think she's in the mix. And she, again, went up to the $7,500 level.
Right.
Drops back down in the condition of 5,000 non-2 of the year, which fits her pretty snugly. I like her in here. And in the third spot, I have Rainbows in the Wood, a horse that will be closing late. Amadeo Perez sticks with her. I see Holy Kuga kind of going up to the lead. Maybe Diva Ballerina just sitting off her, and Rainbows in the Wood picking up the pieces late, trying to get up for the win late, but I don't see her getting there. I see it says, same as you, Holy Kuga's race to lose. And on to the third, a 17.5 non-2, non-3 for 3-year-olds and up. And I've gone to the 4, Victor's Magic in here. This is a horse that is probably going to be pretty chalky. He's ran 2 seconds. Well, he ran an open 17.5 actually, and ran second to Tommy Danziger. Came back right away, or right back again to crush the 17.5 level again. Then he went into the condition race, which suits him perfectly. He was chalked that day, but he got beat by.
He deserved to be bad.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he deserved to be the favorite that day. He ran second. Amadeo Perez takes over for Ryan Pacheco. I think he's right in the mix here. He's probably his race to lose. The second spot I have Patsquero, a horse that jumped up. He was 15-1 the last time he was in this race. He ran a good third, and he got stopped late. And he's kind of a big horse that needs to kind of keep going. It takes him a while to it takes him a while to get going. So when he gets stopped, he's not just a start and stop kind of horse. So I think that cost him a fair bit of ground that day. And in the third spot I have Sartorialist. Stakes winner here last year, won the Futurity here last year with Dino Condolinos. Has had trouble kind of finding his legs this year, but this condition suits him very well too because he is a BC bred. He's 1-2, so it fits him nicely with the non-2, non-3 condition. And I don't think the distance should be a problem for him. He's got
great to be free.
Yeah, great to be free, exactly. He's got the good breeding for the distance. So I don't see that being a problem. So it's 4, 2, and 3 for me.
Yeah, I agree with the 4, Victor's Magic, Drew. He's got to be the horse. I know it's going to be a short price favorite, but, you know, who's going to beat him? He was second to True Grit. True Grit's not a bad horse. I mean, he's a nice, solid 17.5 open horse, and he was in that conditional race. So he got beat by a legitimate horse that set average fractions, and I think the fractions got him beat more than anything. I don't see anyone in here that can steal an easy lead and have enough ability to keep going. So I think Victor's Magic will win. I put Silver City Sam, his stablemate, in for second, another one of the Steve Henson barn. I want to give him another shot. He was kind of trapped on the inside. He didn't get much of a trip at all in that race. He's come back to work well. He's reunited with his old pilot from last year, Frank Fuentes, who got a lot of run out of him. And sometimes these quirky horses, which he is not if you watch him, you know he's kind of a quirky horse. He's not the easiest horse to ride. And so when you get those rider-horse combos that do well, you want to stick with them. And Frank seems to suit Silver City Sam, and I think him being back aboard, I think he's the one that could be the danger to Victor's Magic. And I put your Sartorialist in for third. I agree. The distance shouldn't be a problem. The pedigree is crying for a distance of ground. He didn't get a chance to do it last year, so we'll see how he does in this spot. An easier spot, but still he's facing older horses. He is a 3-year-old. I went 4, 5, and 3. On to the fourth race. We've got some maiden 5 granders. Fillies and mares here going 1 mile and a 16th. Got a field of 7. Sit to face starter Joe Gray. I went to the 1 horse, Maury's Glory, dropping from 10,000 in here for the 5. Continues to face tough fields. I mean, last time she dropped in for 10. You know, you think you'd face an easy field. Hook Doreen's Delight, who came back to won, and then came back to run and run a good second for I think it was 25 grand. Yeah, and Clarice B came back to win. Victoria's Spirit came back to run second last week. Yeah. It was for more money for 20 grand too.
One of the tougher maiden 10s.
So it's a tough maiden. Bottom line, tough maiden 10 that she was exiting. She gets down here for 5. Not too sure if she wants to go long. We'll see, but she could be the speed of the party and get to dictate things, and I think she'll be tough from there. I put the 3 Lookout County in for second. Ran a good second to Pay Me Notice last time. Wasn't the toughest of maiden 3 granders, but this isn't the toughest of maiden 5 granders, so just a horse that might appreciate the extra yardage. And I put the 5, Nataka del Sol. I'm not too sure what to do with her. Had every shot to win last time. Was sitting second on a slow pace. The sweet little Sheila, and kind of backed up. But it was her first run since April, so maybe she needed the race. I think she'll go better in this spot. But I went 1, 3, and 5. I like Maury's Glory, though. I went 1, 3, 5.
I'm right with you. I got Maury's Glory on top for all the reasons you said. And I keep picking her too, so I'm not getting off her because
I know.
she's going to win. And I think now she's finally found her spot. However, I did put Nantucket Del Sol in second instead of third, as you had her, because I think, as you said, I think maybe she needed that race last time because she had been off a couple months. Now it's more back into her cycle, so she picks up Enrique Gonzalez, a very hot rider here, who's doing really well. So I have her in second spot and Lookout County in third spot, as you mentioned. A horse that's been knocking on the door for the maiden 3,000 level. I don't know if the jump up to maiden 5 is going to be that much of an issue. I don't think it will be, so I have him in third spot. So it's 1, 5, and 3 for me. And on to the fifth race, the 4,000 non-2 for boys. And,
popular at the entry booth.
Popular,
11 of them.
I know, 11 of them. Full field of 11 here. Lots of different ways to look at this race. I went with the 2-horse Breathe It. With Jeff Birmingham aboard. I thought that was a good race. He came out last time. They opened 7,500 with Texas Buccaneer, Prophet Star, Lookout Dubai. The non-2, non-3, 7,500.
Tougher race, though.
Much tougher race. Now he drops into a straight 4 non-2. And he can lay close. You know, he's got an inside post. I see a lot of things going right for Breathe It. So I have him on top. In the second spot, I went to the 8, Gentleman Ben. Probably one of the favorites in here. He broke his maiden for 5, come back in this condition, just got beat by Lucava, was closing late, so I think he's in the mix here. And in third spot, I have the 5, Etesian. Horse just broke his maiden, but that was from he was way on the outside that day. He was in the 8 hole or something like that. So he moves inside a little bit. It's not an overly tough race. The condition fits him well. So I think he's in the mix too. I think it's a pretty wide open race.
It is.
A lot of different ways you can look at this.
Horses, it's shop.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the races that give you the $40 winners.
Might want to go a little deep in this one. And also, something to note too, that was a change. Enrique Gonzalez is back on Gentleman Ben.
Okay.
So there's a switch there too. The guy who broke his maiden ran second on it, so Enrique retains the mount.
That makes sense. Yeah.
There was some kind of mix-up at the entry booth yesterday, but Enrique's back on the 8 Gentleman Ben.
Okay, I like a lot. Two of your top three horses. I like the 5 Etesian. I'm going to take that one on top. Pretty impressed with the way that he. First try going long, sat close to a very hot pace. 23-2 for this caliber of horse, it was maidens at the time, is pretty solid. And then a 48.5. You got to, and then horses came to him and he drew off.
Yeah,
I just like that. I liked what I saw. There was more in the tank, and I think he's more than a 149 horse. I think there's more to give. There's not a pile of speed in here. I know Gentleman Ben will go, WW Wanderer. Etesian won't get the lead today. He will sit third probably, but I think he'll still be tough from there. And Amadeo sticks with him, and I just like Etesian to win it. I like your Breathe It, and I put him in for second. He's exiting way tougher races. I think he's got a good draw. Jeff Birmingham's been riding great, and I think has some potential in this race. And I threw a bit of a sleeper in for third, the 11-horse Sageville Storm out of the Dave Dahl barn. This horse ran some races that are good enough to win at this level last year. I know this year he's kind of struggled, but he's had some excuses. He threw his head at the start. He hopped at the start last time.
Yeah, well, Marlo actually got knocked in the head the last time she rode it. This horse got it. So she wasn't on her game either in that race either. So he's definitely had some excuses.
No, and he needs to kind of be near the pace a little bit. And last time he had the rail, hopped at the break, got in no position behind a slow pace, and that's what. And he wasn't disgraced. He wasn't beating a lot of lengths behind Gentleman Ben and Wandering Dreamer, who are also in this race and will likely take money. So I think he's going to be the one that gets overlooked in the wagering. And it's sometimes these kind of horses that can give you a $20, $30, or $40 mutual. Just because they will get overlooked in a big field like this. And he's got the 11 hole. Hopefully he doesn't get overlooked and leaves the gate well. And that's the key. But I do like the 5 Etesian. I went 5, 2, and 11 in a very tough and competitive 5th race. On to the 6th race, our feature event of the day. This is an optional 50 for 3-year-old fillies. Good race
Very
here.
Good feature.
Excellent. They got some salty.
Only problem with this race is you can only pick 3 of them.
I scribbled out different. You can see on the top there. I scribbled it out a bunch of different times.
Getting it down to 3.
I had Bold Pretense in the top 3, then I had her out. And I had Racing for Gold on top. Then I changed my mind. Yeah. Anyway, I went to the 6-horse Vino Terra. I'm going to give her another shot. She did bounce off the gates in her last. There was not a starting gate malfunction, but Il Ciervo broke through the fronts. Yeah. And caused a lot of the fillies in that race to get all antsy and
they're young fillies.
Yeah, and get all wound up. And I know she rammed the fronts. She ended up not braking well at all and got covered up in behind Tricky Mind, who ended up going wire to wire. Yeah. I don't think that's the way she wants to race, is covered up in the slop. Yeah. But she still ran a good third. She was kind of gaining at the end. But I liked what I saw that day. She moves outside. A better draw for Vino Terra. Yeah. I think she's going to be awfully tough on the head end. I think she does get the lead, even if she has to go a little fast. She's shown she can run fast when she hooked Claire's Measy in the stake. So she can rock and roll on the head end and keep going. I put the 3 Racing for Gold in for second. Got to respect what I've seen from her in Phoenix. Those races were pretty solid. I know it's just turf paradise, but still she showed a lot. She's come back to. She's obviously something happened in February. But her works, especially her last one in 111 and change, definitely signals this gal's ready to go. And I put the 1 NCD in for third. Filly that's back in sprinting and tried the Stakes Company routing last time and didn't fare all that well, but wasn't disgraced. She ran okay. Yeah. But her sprints have been excellent, and you must respect her. So I put her in for third. But no standout in here. I didn't love anyone. Bold Pretense I gave a shot to. Dance the Wind I gave a shot to. But I've gone Vino Terra, 6 over the 3 Racing for Gold and the 1 NCD. I
agree with you with Vino Terra. It wasn't a great trip for her last time. I have her on top. If she can get anywhere near the effort she put forth the race before,
gotta win.
She's going to be a handful. That was a great race. So I just kind of threw out that last race because it wasn't really her. It was a kind of a brutal track that day. Like you say, she got left a little bit. It was just. I just kind of threw that one out. Going off the race before, I think she's heavily favored in here, so that's the one I'm looking at. I put NCD in second spot. This is a filly that's had a good year here. She's another one had a really tough trip in the Emerald Downs last time. Got stopped a few times, was on heels. Ryan had to take up on her a few times.
I know, she had a brutal trip.
She kind of had a brutal trip, so that's another one. If I kind of throw that race out, she's right in the mix too. And then the third spot I put Dance the Wind, a filly out of the Carl Lawson barn. I really like this filly. And I don't know what happened last time in the Emerald Downs. Maybe it was a distance. Maybe it just turns out she's more of like kind of a sit off the pace closing kind of sprinter type. She goes back to a short distance where she's looked really tough this year. So, but like you say, I mean, I had Racing for Gold in there. Bold Pretense is one neither of us are picking that has every right to win this race.
I know, it's a good race.
So lots of different ways to look at it, but I ended up 6-1-5 for me.
Okay, on to the 7th and final. We do have some 12-5 Colts and Geldings in here. 8 of them going a mile on the 16th. Should be a good little race. I've gone to the 6-horse, though. Stormy Bob got claimed down at Golden Gate. Yeah. That's an interesting claim. And
good, Steve Sherman. Yeah.
Good form. Yeah. Brings in good form. That's enough for me. There is some speed in the race with Lucky Moly Minor, Royal Victor, and Pacal. So that was enough for me to pick Stormy Bob. I put the 2 With Counsel in for second. This horse has got to appreciate the class relief. He kind of put into an early drive down the backstretch last time at the 25,000 level, which is very uncharacteristic for him. Of course, he's going to come up empty, and he did, but he's used to sitting back, biding his time, and making a run, and I think they'll do that today. And I put the 3, Lucky Moly Minor. Always respect this horse. He's taking a big class drop. I've liked him quite often this year, and haven't quite been rewarded, but he's run third once, only got beat 3/4 of a length to El Nacho the last time he was running for, around this distance, or around 25,000, but he's in for 12-5 today. But I don't mind Lucky Moly Minor in the mix as well. But I do like Stormy Bob. I think he's been an astute claim for the Melbournes, and I've gone 6-2-3.
I got mostly the same horses as you. I put Lucky Moly Minor on top, just because that 50 last time was obviously a lot tougher than what he was facing. He ran really good for 25, just got beat 3/4 of a length. Now he switches to Amadeo Perez, red hot Amadeo Perez, leading rider here. Jody Rossenbarn is definitely due for some luck. So basically, if you throw out the optional 50, he's going from just getting beat for 25 into 12-5.
He fits perfect.
So I think I got him on top. I do have Stormy Bob, as you said, a astute claim by Dave Milburn with his regular rider, Pedro Alvarado. Milburn always likes to use Pedro. They've done a lot of good together, and a lot of good with horses that they've brought up from California.
Perfect horse, this one.
Yeah, exactly. Another example of that. So I have Stormy Bob in the second spot. And then the third spot, I have Veni Vidi Vici, another horse that's due for some luck. He keeps kind of moving down the ladder and hasn't exactly found his right spot yet, but I think he's right in the mix in this. Enrique Gonzalez.
I've liked him in the past too.
I know you have.
I
Yeah, you
just
picked him a few
haven't had
times,
any luck with him, but it wouldn't surprise me because I know there is some ability there.
Yeah, absolutely. And down for 12-5. I think he fits in here. So it's 3, 6, and 4 for me, and that'll do it for our
Saturday selection.
Saturday card.
So let's quickly do our recap of the Saturday selections. Next up on screen will be the slate, and here come my selections. In the first race, I like the 4-horse Tigress Lily. I went 4, 2, and 1. Actually, a lot of our picks were quite similar today. Hopefully it works out well. In the second race, I went to the 5 Holy Cougar over the 2 and 3. In the third race, I went to the 4 Victor's Magic over the 5 and 3. In the fourth race, I went to the 1 Maury's Glory. I went 1, 3, and 5. In the fifth race, I went to the 5 Etesian. I went 5, 2, and 11, but that is definitely the upset race of the day. In the sixth race, I went to the 6 Vino Terra. I went 6, 3, 1. In the seventh race, I went to the 6. Again, Stormy Bob. I like a lot of 6s today. 6, 2, and 3.
And on to my picks. You're right, we did pick a lot of the same horses. I didn't even realize till we were going through the picks here.
Yeah.
I agree with Mike in the first race. Number 4, Tigress Lily over the 2 and 1. In the second race, number 5, Holy Cougar over the 4 and 6. In the third race, again, as well as Mike, I like the 4, Victor's Magic, the 4 over the 2 and 3. In the fourth race, number 1, Maury's Glory over the 5 and 3. In the fifth race, again, as Mike said, a race you might want to go a little deep in. I went with the 2, Breathe It, over 8 and 5. In the sixth race, number 6, Vino Terra, over 1 and 5. And in the nightcap, the 7th, I went with the 3, Lucky Molly Minor, over the 6 and the 8.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us here on Handicappers Corner. We wish everyone lots of luck in your investments on the Saturday, June the 30th program. We'll be back again tomorrow for the Sunday, July 1st, and of course the Monday, July 2nd selections as well. So please do tune in. Once again, you can catch us at the Derby Bar and Grill website or on YouTube. Just click on YouTube and go to Handicappers Corner. All of our episodes are archived, so please do check it out. Once again, good luck. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Handicappers Corner at the Derby Bar and Grill.
If he says the horse can do, can do, can do. I'm picking Valentine, cause on the morning line, the guy's got him bigger than 5 to 9. But make it epitaph, he wins it by a half. According to this here in the Telegraph. For Rivera bite, I hear his foot's all right. Of course it